Hello, I'm here, E.J. Saunders, the Deputy Premier and Minister of Finance, Investment and Trade for the Turks and Caicos Islands.
Thank you so much, Minister and Deputy Premier, for giving us your time here at SOTIC in Turks and Caicos. It's great to be here. Give us, first of all, your perspectives on the conference.
The conference has been going very well, and I'm happy that we were able to host it. I've always pushed for the Turks and Caicos to be thought leaders on a number of issues, particularly in the area that we should know very well, tourism, because it makes up directly about 40% of our GDP and close to 90% when you combine directly and indirectly together. And so the fact that we could help shape the conversation as well as give back to our colleagues in the region who collectively rely on tourism to make up a big part of our economies. I'm happy to be able to do that, and I think the conference has been going very well. I've attended two events, the one across from the Grace Bay Club on the beach of Grace Bay, the world's famous Grace Bay, and the one hosted last night by Parrot Key Resorts, and both of them were fantastic. I enjoyed it, and I think everyone enjoyed themselves.
That's great to hear. Now, tell us a little bit about Turks and Caicos in terms of the market and how that sort of reflects your policy and strategy as a government.
Well, the market is very high-end, and so we want to go high-end. We want to, because we're never, because of our size, we're not going to beat anyone in terms of numbers. So we're not going to have the tourists in the millions. And so we try to cater to the ultra exclusive and luxury market. That has been going very well. There's some downsides to that, of course, because it drives up the cost around, but we're doing as much as we can to try to find the right balance between ensuring that we can give the high-end luxury, but ensure that we keep the cost of living down for everyone who lives here. So we think we've done a pretty good job so far. It's surprising in a good way to see that the number of high-end brands that want to come to the Turks and Caicos. I think in about 5 years we'll probably have at least 5 of the top 10 brands having a property here, or maybe more, maybe as high as 7 out of the top 10. I think that says very well for the Turks and Caicos Islands. But we don't want to get to the point where we start having diminishing returns, where people start saying this is just too much. So again, we try to find the right balance between ensuring that the brand stays high, so people want to come to the Turks and Caicos, so we keep the brands coming and also the guests coming, and we also want to ensure that we don't have unintended consequences of driving up the cost of living for people living here. So we try to make sure we get that balance right, and I think we've done a good job so far.
And obviously alongside the product itself, you've got to think about the capacity, capability, the infrastructure. How is that reflected in the way that you're approaching that here?
We've started where we were trying to upgrade the airport, and the Premier spoke about it already. That's a $400 million investment, or it should be a $400 million investment all in. That's a big step up from a country that has zero debt to immediately spend $400 million on the airport. But we certainly know it's needed. We think there's a return on investment that's going to do very well. We're also looking at the roads. We're trying to get to a place where we have a very manicured island. In addition, we're ensuring that our guests and our people feel safe. So we're stepping up in terms of the security and the community policing around it. Not to the point where we want people to think that that crime is out of control. We want to do it in a manner where people feel safe, but understand that this is a growing nation. But we're doing it in a very tasteful way, particularly around community policing, and you'll see that a lot more here. But I don't think, that's the first and foremost we want to do. We want people to be comfortable and relaxed. We've got that, by God. Sorry about that.
It's all right, we'll cut that out, don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, comes with the weather in the time of the season. But as I was saying, we have the natural beauty. And we want to add to those things by adding towards giving more things to do at nighttime, because that was one of the issues that during an exit survey, that's our tourists wanted to find things to do more at nighttime. So we're increasing in that area. But again, doing it in a very tasteful, high-end manner, and more restaurants. So to sum up, I think what we're trying to do is make sure that we give you a 5-star experience from the time the plane lands to the time you check into the hotel, to all the things you do on island, to the time you leave the Turks and Caicos. So in summary, we want you to do it. We want to do it at a very high end, and we want to make sure you're doing it where you and your family feel safe.
Minister, Deputy Premier, thank you so much for your time today.
Okay, thank you.